Do you remember? This used to be a beautiful land, and for 1,000 years we lived in peace and harmony. But as foretold, the scourge Vardus has returned with an army of monsters and filled the world with ruin and despair. Now, the fate of Radia rests with you. Wake up, champion. Challenge the forces of evil. Bring back hope to our land and claim the Twilight Sword. Do you remember? This used to be a beautiful land, and for 1,000 years we lived in peace and harmony. But as foretold, the scourge Vardus has returned with an army of monsters and filled the world with ruin and despair. Now, the fate of Radia rests with you. Wake up, champion. Challenge the forces of evil. Bring back hope to our land and claim the Twilight Sword.
Ciao a tutti. Hi, guys. Welcome back to yet another Twilight Sword live stream to kind of celebrate the end of the first week. I mean, it's not been a week. It's actually, I think
Yes,
we are
a
in
little
day.
less than a week since we launched on Thursday instead of Tuesday last week. So yes, it's like basically 5 days, but it seems proper to being here and celebrate a little bit what happened and the week that's about to arrive.
So, as you know, we used to launch on a Tuesday, and so we do all of our live stream on a Tuesday usually. This time we had to launch on a Thursday for a number of reasons, and but we decided still to keep the live stream on a Tuesday, so you can expect at least a live stream every Tuesday.
Yes.
Maybe more if there's something new to say, but definitely every week. So that's why we're celebrating the first week a little bit early. And also, it does make sense to celebrate a little bit early because this campaign right now, we are, as I'm speaking, at 439,000 euros, which is more than our usual week.
Yes.
So,
By far.
so we didn't need to wait for the whole week because we have been unlocking a lot of stuff. Thanks, John, and hi everyone on the chat. In case you know us, you know we've been doing some successful crowdfunding in the past. We have done some 500,000 campaign before. Still, Twilight Sword being almost at 500,000 at 5 days from the
Yes.
start.
In sorry.
Yeah, it's mind blowing. It's just a lot, and there's a lot to manage in the backstage. And if you don't know us and it's your first time begging a Two Little Mice game, welcome to the gang, and thanks for supporting us for the first time. And hopefully you'll have a great time in this campaign. I have to say that we are kind of taken aback by the amount of love that this game is receiving. I've said it multiple times. It was everything about this game is new, from the format to the system to the themes to the art, a new collaborator, new everything. So it was kind of make it or break it kind of project. We didn't know if people were going to like it or people were going to be like, be back and do your stuff, don't change that. It's always like that when you try something new. Still, we are glad that we tried because apparently it's going very, very well. Hopefully it will go only better from now on. So thanks to all of you for following us, supporting us, and just generally being around. So
It really been such an amazing full 5 days, exactly 5 days. So yes, we need we like to keep repeating that because it's true every time. You never cease to amaze us with your outstanding support. And also I must say I really want to say that of how since there's a ton of new people right now, new for the game, new for Two Light Little Mice. I'm loving how our pre-existing community is welcoming on board such a huge number of new people and players. So thank you, every single one of you.
there's a question about the early bird. I can say that the early bird, the Mallard King early bird exclusive, will be given as a PDF to everyone. We said it
Yes.
multiple times, but it's always hard to, convey all the information. We will never gatekeep any sort of playing content to anyone. So even if you back at the PDF, you will have everything. Even if you are not an early bird, you will still receive the PDF for that.
No, not the
Just
physical.
not the physical item. We have to draw the line somewhere, and we decided to make a 72-hour early bird, which is
Yes, a lot.
a bit longer than usual. And just fun fact that I like to share. There is no option to make a 72 hours early bird on Backerkit. You can only make 48 hours, stretch goal. So for all the people who backed between the 48 and the 72-hour mark, which were a lot, Simone had to manually give them the Mallard King cards one by one as they were backing.
That's exactly like it.
So it's going to be, it was intense.
Yes,
I'm like
yes.
missing
Luckily
a word,
for us, what
but
did say? A lot of people, a lot of backers, so it was very intense.
I see a lot of questions from the chat, guys. I'm going to disregard the chat for a minute because every time we start a live stream, I end up 40 minutes in the live stream answering the question, and then the people complain that they can understand what's going on. The people catching up later. So there's asking about a gameplay video. We might do that. We might don't not do that. As you can see, we struggle a little bit with the language, and the game currently is mostly written in Italian. So
Of
we
course,
have to translate, as every of our game, it's written in Italian. So that means that we cannot send beta testing material to some English speaking
anyone.
guy who's doing a live stream. So to make them, record a live play. So if we do that, we have to do it ourselves, and it's not easy. And frankly, I have to say, I don't mean to, but I have to say that in the past, people have had mixed feeling about hearing four Italian guys trying to speak English while playing their
Of
games.
course,
I have to say we
yeah.
had mixed review when we did that.
You should learn
So
Italian. It's a beautiful language. Thank you. A little bit more complex than English, I presume. But yes, for sure. But yes, that's our main concern. And also, as you know, we are very straightforward about everything. A lot of our effort right now is to be here with you, handling all the stretch goals, and adjusting the campaign. So that's tons of work to spread the love for the game as much as we can in these weeks that came from here to the end of the campaign.
But before I go to these stretch goals, I want to say that next week, probably next Tuesday or around that, we are going to have a live stream dedicated to game mechanics
Yes.
where we are going to talk. I believe we want to focus on the fighting system because it's the thing how monster works, because they are cool and people are asking about that, and we only have given you bits and pieces, and we want to be, give you a more streamlined look of how a monster will actually work in this game. And also I'm thinking travel. I'm thinking cooking and brewing. I don't know. I
Let's
both.
say we
We'll see.
already
One of
did. If you don't know, we already did a video about the cat system. You can find it in the campaign page on our YouTube channel as well. But it was a very big argument. So even if it was our longest video so far, I think it lasted like 1 hour and
more than an
20
hour.
minutes.
Yes.
More than 1 hour. There still are many things to tackle and to try and talk to you about our vision of the game, what we are working on, the more niche mechanic in it. So yes, there's still a lot to talk about. I think it would be quite useful, giving all the questions and the things I'm reading all around the internet. So next week, we still don't know an exact date. Probably Tuesday, maybe Thursday, we don't know. There will be a live stream dedicated to some of the core aspects of the game.
And I want to tackle some of the questions that people are asking us before going to the stretch goals, so that if you are hearing this, you might have your answer. They're asking us a lot if this is more theater of the mind, or if there are ranges, or if there are miniatures involved. Definitely, as all of our game, it's more theater of the mind. There are ranges, meaning kind of abstract ranges, melee, close, far, out of reach, this kind of ranges. There are rules to translate that into miniatures, and grids and maps, but we don't focus on that. Another question that's been asked a lot, it's about the crafting of items, and I want to be clear on the fact in this game, there's no crafting of objects or weapons. But there is crafting, there is cooking and brewing of potions and stuff. There's also magical items and scroll and stuff that you can do with magic. There's just there's no technology, and I believe in this is where this game is most. Its lore separates from the original Zelda Breath of the Wild inspiration. There is actually not a lot of technology in Radia. There's not this idea of ancient technology and stuff. This is something that we did not particularly like, to be honest, so we are not getting into that. And also there was another sorry, too many questions from the chat. Also, there was some other question that I can't find anymore, but I'll go to the stretch goal, and then Simone, if you can try to
Yes, a lot of them.
to
Overlapping a bit.
have all the questions. So back to the stretch goals a little bit. Where were we last time? I believe we were at the gems. I believe we still haven't unlocked the gems. I don't know. But anyway, we managed to unlock these stamina gems. Now that can be a good moment to talk a little bit about stamina and what does it do in this game. So stamina is your basic resource that you can use to activate your feat that are determined by your way, that by the way of your champion, but also you can use stamina to push rolls that you have failed. And also you can use stamina to do some efforts, to do some things that will require a little bit more of your, endurance, or just a little bit more effort, including recasting some of the spells. So this is a question that's been asked before. If stamina is tied to, to your physical prowess, how does that impact with magic? How does that make sense? Because actually, as a way of magic, so if you are any kind of spellcaster, you have a certain amount of spell that you can cast. And this amount of spell, and this is something that we love about the game, is not a general like spell slot. It's not like you can cast X spells a day, but it's tied to the actual spells that you have.
Yes.
That means that you can cast your like fireball X amount of times a day and your light X amount of times a day. And that's the way. Why do we like having these slots tied to the single spell? Because it allows, and it actually compel you to add a little bit of variety to your rotation. Like you're not doing the same stuff over and over again because maybe you want to save this spell, maybe you only have this spell left, and this is something that we like a lot when actually playing the game. And if you have already maxed out the amount of time that you can cast a single spell before a rest, then you can also spend stamina to recast that spell. So it's kind of an additional spell slot rather than, let's say, your mana or something like that. So hope that clarifies it. Then the stamina gems will be free for all champions and Twilight champions. It's going to be 20 of them. I'd say that for a party of 4 beginning card champions, like level 1, you're just starting to play,
Yes.
20 will be plenty. If we are talking max out character, maybe you will need up to 40. It's very rare, but it can happen that you need up to 40 stamina gems because 10 is the cap for each champion. And anyway, of course, we always like to say you don't need the tokens to actually play. You can just write the number on your character sheets, but yay, tokens are cool. And we like to cool stuff. Also, this is going to be a bit of a challenge for Simone. Simone handles all the production, so to my stuff. And this is the first time that we are printing like a 3D item, plastic item that it's completely custom made. So it's just a first for us. It's going to be interesting to see, and maybe it will unlock some more potential for the future. Maybe we learn how to make these cool things, and we can offer something different in the future.
Every single time, rule-wise and production-wise, to try and do something different, something new, so that we can also learn stuff.
Do you have any questions from the chat?
How long have we been developing and tweaking the game? I think Twilight Sword is one of the longest project. Actually, we started working on it like 3 years and a half ago. It was the first core of the idea for Twilight Sword, and we worked on it ever since. Trying different stuff, changing everything. So yes, it's been the work of at least 3 and something year.
It's a work of labor lime. It's a work of removing stuff. This is Twilight Sword is coming up with solution to a specific problem and then stripping down everything that is unnecessary and trying to boil it down to a few rules that we can use in a modular way, which is what we like. We like when we make rules, either things that are always there, like rules that applies to everything, or things that you can disregard while you don't need them. So, and for Twilight Sword, the important thing for us was to keep it as light as possible without losing the gamey, the crunchy feeling of the reference material. Because in our opinion, many of the games that are out right now, there are many cool games that do JRPGs and Zelda style and stuff. They try to mimic the video game structure more than the video game experience, if that makes sense. Like they and there is an audience for that. There's people who appreciate that, like endless charts and having all the little numbers and all that stuff that's actually behind the video games that we like. When you're playing Zelda or Final Fantasy, there's a lot of crunch, there's a lot of numbers on the backstage going on. But for us, we wanted to try and give you the experience. So it's kind of a smoother experience rather than, a crunchy, fidgety kind of stuff. So
Yes, I guess. Well, plenty of questions.
yeah, it's hard for me to follow the chat.
Yes,
honestly.
a quick one. Someone asked add-ons for the other system. All the other games add-ons come with full PDF. It's written in the description. So don't worry if you buy the Outgun, Household, Memento Mori, whatever, it will come with PDF as well. So, okay.
There's also a question about metal coins, metal tokens. If you know us, you know that we like to make metal. This, for example, is a metal token from Household. I believe it's the first time that you are seeing this, the
Yeah, I
first
think
token.
so.
A triangular token, which is weird, but it's metal. For Twilight Sword, we decided to go with plastic rather than metal because it allows us to make brighter, more colored, more saturated stuff, which for us, like the champion token, for example, which for us fits a little bit better in the narrative. The metal felt a little bit too realistic-y, little bit too realistic. I don't know. It didn't feel right. So we went with plastic, and we are going a little bit crazy with plastic and resin and stuff. So moving on from the gem, we unlocked an alchemy module for the starter set, Lens of Radia, and of course the core rulebook. If you don't know Alchemy, check Alchemy. It's a BTT platform that's much more in line with our gaming philosophy than many of the platforms out there. If you do know Alchemy, go there again, because they've changed a lot of stuff. Now they have free plans. I know that there currently is a revolution enacted Alchemy. So maybe go there, check them again. They're great guys, and they really do an amazing job in trying to convert each game in a meaningful way. And I'm sure they will do an amazing job on Twilight Sword. And they are extremely passionate about Twilight Sword. I can tell you that. They love the game.
Yes. I had all the conversation with the guys at Alchemy, and they really wanted to work on Twilight Sword. They love the game so far, and I'm sure they will do an amazing job.
So I will be happy to have Twilight Sword on Alchemy, and I hope that you will be happy too. And Alchemy will be free for every backer at any level, digital or physical. So if you back this campaign, you will also get access to Alchemy. Moving on, a fun favorite, Radia dice. So these dice that we are doing, we are we like them a lot. It's the first time that we are doing sharp-edged dice, and also we have this kind of weird D4 that will do a lot more than a D4 damage to your players if they don't behave. Also, we have this little sword, the Twilight Sword, instead of the one, which makes it a lot more appealing to roll a one, because we are role player. When we roll a one, it's usually a bad thing. In Twilight Sword, it's actually a critical success, so very good thing. But to roll a one still felt a little bit odd, so we decided to put the Twilight Sword instead of the one on the dice. And it was hard to choose a single color, so we are happy that we can do also this kind of yellow, goldeny. The dice will be a little bit transparent.
Yes.
I don't know how to say that. It doesn't show up in the mockup well, but yes, I have some. This was a purple sample. They are not going to be purple, but they
Just to show you.
yes, they sent us purple samples. So yeah, it's going to be some. So if I can find the light, yes, translucent. Thank you.
Our dear John Maron tries to make us speak a little bit
thank
better in English.
So this also will be free for all champions and Twilight champions, and they are currently available as an add-on if you want an additional set of dice. It's been asked before, do the dice pouch, is the dice pouch big enough to hold two sets of dice? Usually we can fit up to 4 set of dice, a little bit tight, but up to 4. So 2,
But
you're
ours
fine.
are slightly smaller, but there are more dice. It's very complicated to calculate.
But
yes,
with up to
I
3,
suppose
up to 3 dice set, you can put them in a single pouch. 4 with a little bit of, you have to tie them a little bit tight, but they should work. But 2, you're fine. Then
several guys are asking about solo modes. Yes, we talked briefly. We talked about solo modes in the live stream last week. Yes, it will be in depth, meaning that Matt will work on the entire books of Twilight Sword for conveying all the experience, GMless and solo. So yeah, he did Matt's K. We already worked with him on Outguns with the assistant director. He did an amazing job in creating a very useful book, I must say. It's very well requested by our fans. That it's both a very useful way to play solo and GMless, and also a creator generator of mission and adventure for Outgun and Outgun Adventure. And I mean, based on his past work, I think yes, you can expect really supportive. It's the right word. Solo mode for Twilight Sword.
So I think the best answer to the solo mode is that we could have easily done like 10 page at the end of the core book, call it a solo mode and say whatever. What we are doing is making it a PDF only document in order for Matt K, who will do it, to do it as long as he wants, in as much time as he wants.
It doesn't have a time frame so strict, and it doesn't have a page count. So whatever he needs,
and I might say I know people don't always like when I'm blunt, but he doesn't have a budget either. Like Matt is doing what he really. Yeah, an open tab with Matt is doing. So I can say that this solo mode will be as in depth as the author will want it to be. Really, there will be no limitation. So if we do something, we want to do it right. So hopefully it's going to be a great solo mode, and we trust Matt with Simona's life at least. Mine, I'm a little on the fence. So moving on to the next unlocked stretch goal. This is where I am happy. Embossing. So a lot of people are asking what that actually means, and I wish I was able to explain that in English, but I'm actually not. But I will try anyway. And it means that an embossing is basically the cover will have not a 3D effect, but they will actually be in relief. Sorry,
Yes.
there's an ambulance. I don't know if you can hear it. So that means that these stones, these
I have
engraving,
it
will
right.
actually be,
We will raise specific areas of of the slipcase, so the surrounding material will add texture and height to the entire limited slipcase. That's the correct. Sorry, I have it written because it's very difficult.
There's another question about a live play. We have seen it at the beginning of this live
Yeah,
stream. I'll say it again, but we may do an actual play or we may not. The problem is that if we do, we have to play ourselves and we will talk with this hideous Italian accent. And I can tell you that apart from our translator, of course, who's much better than me, I probably have the best accent outside of this room. So it's gonna be
Nolly.
intense. The game is written in Italian. It's still not finished, so it's not translated. So we cannot send it to anyone to do a live play for us. So if we do, it's gonna be us. And as I said in the past, this has caused mixed reactions
Mixed
because
feeling.
people are like, if they can't play their own game, why should I buy it? And we're like, well, we can't. It's just that we can speak, which is different and a kind of another problem. I know Marcus people are not happy about our accent, but back to the embossing. For those who can actually bear the accent and are still here, back to the emboss. This is going to be great because it's going to be in relief, like a 3D item. Plus, there is a metallic effect in both the teal and the golden of the two book. So it's going to be a premium slipcase, 3D effect, metallic. I think it's going to be sick. And I am all in for this slipcase limited edition. Like, I'm extremely happy that we are doing this. And this stuff, not gonna lie, this stuff is crazy expensive to do. And I am so happy that we have a chance to do it thanks to such a successful campaign. This is the best part of running a crowdfunding campaign, the possibility to go crazy. Thank you, guys. Do you want to add something on the embossing, Simone? I'm forgetting something, or
No, I think just to let you remember that this limited edition slipcase for both books are crowdfunding exclusive and will be premium with this embossing effect, and also they will have the shiny, because I will buy
metallic?
the gold foil, but just one is gold, the other one is like teal foil, so this metallic effect on some parts. So we are trying to make it as beautiful, as premium as we can possibly can.
The next stretch goal, which is still unlocked, are the Groda, a new playable kin. Very me especially, but most of Two Little Mice, we have kind of a soft spot for frogs. So a frog kin was, a no-brainer. These actually, believe it or not, these was because people have seen the swamps. There are some kind of swamps in the map, and automatically assume, okay, so the Groda from the swamps, it all makes sense now. But actually, those kind of swamps, Zavosta, it's called Zavosta Galli, and Zavosta is actually the home of the Strix. And there's the reason why now there are swamps there. You will find out in Lens of Radia if you read the book. But so the Groda were definitely not intended to be in this game. This is one of those things that was born before launch. Believe it or not, we weren't expecting such a strong launch, and we said, okay, everyone is asking for Keen. We want to do a new Keen. We want something that makes sense, something that speaks to us, that it represents us. What can we do? And then we collectively come up with the Groda, and Daniela did this amazing art in record because she did it in like 2 days, from the design to everything. I know that some people are interested in this. I also have some. Where are they? Sorry. I have some Groda that never wear.
Sunday. The discarded one.
Yes, but of course I cannot find them right now. I will show them next time probably, because I have a list of Groda that Daniela did that were discarded before arriving to this final concept. So they may not have been in the game at all. Yes, it's really. I know I find it odd to say that, because I know that 99% of the people don't believe us. Really, most of these stretch goals are done during the campaign. I know there are many people who don't do that, so you might be keen to believe that everything about this was already planned and we are just revealing it bit by bit, but we are actually doing this. We have a new way, I can tell you, coming up, not the next stretch goal, but we are building to the new way, and Daniela is on the other side of this wall drawing that way that was chosen
Yesterday. Or the day
yesterday
before, yes.
morning.
I don't
Yes.
remember. The times
So
it's
it's
strange during the crowdfunding, but yes.
so really it's how is it possible that I cannot find the other Groda? Where are they?
I don't know.
I don't know, really.
You have
I
to
have so
understand,
many
guys,
things.
we exchange so many bits of arts and graphics and text during a crowdfunding between me and Riga and Daniela that are in the same
Is
office, that the amount of information, it's really on
I
another
really
level.
want to show, because it's cool to see the process. Let me see. I will take you waiting for for some minutes just to show you the other Groda. Do.
We can do this.
Yes, I'm positive that I can find. Here they are. Okay, found them.
Ooh.
Maybe here they are. Ah, why? Why is he doing this to me? My computer is not helping. Sorry, guys. But I will
We
show
were
you the
plagued by
Groda.
a series of updates, by a series of programs that more or less stopped working with each other. So we are really
Yeah,
struggling since the
these
launch of the
were the
campaign.
first ideas for the Groda. Then as you can see, we got rid of these weird animal legs, and we favored instead more human-like legs. But I think it's fine to see the process.
Yes. A lot of. I love the difference between the very, very, very first attempt to the final result.
Yes.
That's there.
So, yeah, glad that I could finally show you all the Groda. And thank you,
Glad that you
guys.
like it.
And the Groda are still locked right now, but we should be able to unlock them in like 10,000 euros something.
A
There
little
is,
less than 10,000 euros right now till our 450k. It's a lot of money. 450k stretch goal, the Grodakin.
And yeah, it's going to be slow the next days. We are approaching Thanksgiving. We are in the Black Friday right now, so we can expect the campaign to go a little bit slower, but still, day by day is our fastest campaign yet.
By far.
So
By very, very far.
yeah. There is a lot of love also for the animal leg, but the way the process work, you start with the most extreme design. Usually the first design are always the more particular, peculiar. They have a lot of different things going on, and then as you develop them, they get normalized, and that is so that it's easier for everyone to share the same word, for every king to to belong in the same word. So you want them to have some feature that's common to all the king, etc., etc. But you know that's a long discussion, but just to give you a little bit of the background. What can I say? I think these are all the stretch goals that we have. We didn't unlock the Groda in time for this live stream, so I don't have any new stretch goal to reveal yet. I will probably have them tomorrow, and I will send them on our Discord server and on the campaign page as always. I don't know if there is any last minute. We have a couple of minutes for some questions. Simone, unfortunately the chat is too fast for me.
No,
It's
it's
also
moving really, 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 really fast.
how much of
So yeah.
Daniela's ideas are implemented in the art for Twilight Sword. I guess it depends. Some things are 100% Daniela, some things are 100% me, who I do the art director for this project. Something are a little bit of both. In something there's also Simone or other external interventions, but I would say it really depends. Because sometimes the design is based on an idea. And so if I can convey the idea to Daniela, then Daniela will develop the idea herself. If the design is based on lore, it's based on specific stuff, then of course I have um, to be a little bit more present, give a little bit more indication. In this case, with the Groda, I would say is 90% Daniela. This is mostly at Daniela's design. I am to blame for the legs, and I stand by my choices. But Daniela is responsible of what for me is the best detail in this Groda, that is the shield, that kind of the dented shields that kind of look like a leaf from, I don't know how it's called in English, those leaf that floats on ponds.
Yes, on the pond of water.
Yes.
I don't know the name, but you probably have guessed
They're
what we
asking,
are talking about.
Can the starter set get more of the stretch goal? The starter set got some of the stretch goal. For example, they got the plastic token. They cannot have all of the stretch goal because the starter set right now is the most expensive item to produce for us. It's too
It costs a lot
expensive.
of money. We are very
We
straightforward. It costs a lot of. We should have you pay for it a lot more, but we not. We like it. We like that it's an entry point for the game. So we are adding as many stuff as we can without going backward with the
the
stretch goal.
There
So
are
yes,
40
both
token
champion
inside.
token are
The
in
box
there,
is
and
custom made. Really, the box is custom made, custom shaped. There are high quality dice inside. It doesn't make sense how cheap the starter set is, and that there's no way that is just plain truth. But we understand that a starter set for for the it doesn't, so there is no reason to make an expensive starter set. It doesn't make sense. So we try to make it as cheap as possible, and that means that we cannot give you like an additional set of dice on a starter set because
They are by far the
yes,
most
most expensive.
expensive items we are producing. For Paul, yes, if you got an early bird, you can upgrade your pledge at any time and you won't lose the early bird.
And thanks for all the lily pad. Unfortunately, there is a little bit of a lag, so I got it later.
Ah, yes.
But um, but thanks for the lily pad because I was going crazy. Yes, the shield is shaped like a sort of a
Yes.
lily
Yes.
pad. Uh, Grelo, you are joking, but you have no idea how much the printers hate us because we are always doing things that
Yes.
are weird. I think we haven't done a single standard thing in our life.
Never.
But yeah,
Our first fix we did was broken compass. So we set the bar pretty high with our
yes.
first production and we keep try pushing ourselves. And all the people were so crazy as to decide to actually work with us to do something more, something different, something better that we could
I
have
have to say
done
that
with less.
every like printing house facility that work with us, they end up saying that we are on their portfolio of
Yes.
the
Yes.
crazy thing that you can do. So I
You
think
can
I take
also
it as
do
a
this.
compliment.
Yes.
Um,
Thank you guys. As
there
the
is guys this there is this question of the early bird, so of the early bird add-on, and I want to tackle this early bird reservation add-on. I don't want to skip on the more difficult question. Early bird and reservation exclusive is we are going to send everyone the PDF because we don't want you to miss on content, and that's kind of to little mice policy. Content is for everyone. Physical item is a little bit different. We don't do like we will never do an exclusive for Outgunned, which is an open line. This is a new product, so there is no full collection to be ruined. So we decided to try some new strategies, some new possibilities, and we made exclusive early bird for the first time. We made reservations for the first time. Now there are a lot of people asking for that. To be honest, I don't think it. I don't think it would be fair for those who have already backed to change things up at this point. So I think we are stuck with PDF. We we will see how the campaign goes and what can be done about it. I understand it might not be ideal for someone. We also, I want to say that we extended the period from 48 hours to 72 to allow everyone, but somewhere we got to draw the line for this kind of early bird stuff, and that's the best answer I can give. Unfortunately, it's how is it fair for people in mis- I'm honestly, I don't have an answer. These are tools of a crowdfunding campaign that we are using, and I think we are in no position to judge the tool per se. We are offered some things that we can do through Backerkit, or when we do through Kickstarter, it's different, but there are other tools, and we try to make the best decision to give something more. Um, that I believe is the tough answer. I don't know, Simone, if you have anything to add to that. I'm
No, that's it.
personally.
That's pretty clear. We made this decision to try and give some exclusive, things for people who manage to get on the reservation on an early bird, keeping all the actual content free from everyone. And I think it's just a tool we use, as Rico said, to keep the ball rolling at the beginning on a new game for us and see how it goes. For starter, thank you for all the love you're showing for these little cute items that we devised for the sole purpose of being funny, to be resonate with other games or with our partner Free League. That's really great for starters. And yes, we can absolutely repeat that everybody will get that digital version of those sets of cards, so you don't miss actual anything. And the people who manage by luck or by chance to be there from the very start and help us a lot with our amazing launch that we did have can have something to call up for.
So I think that's it for today. As I said, next week we are going to have another live stream to talk a little bit more in depth about game mechanics. We definitely talk about monsters and fight and all that stuff, which is the most asked questions. And we may also talk about either travel or cooking and brewing, because they are the two, I believe,
Yes.
the second most asked arguments. So yeah.
Also, it's very interesting.
So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this live stream. I hope you enjoyed the Groda. As always, if you have any questions, direct questions, any doubt that we might have missed during the live stream, really, please believe me, it's really hard. I am handling the live stream as I speak. It's really hard to follow up on all the questions, also because there is a little bit of a lag. So sometimes you are asking questions on things that I've said like 2 minutes before. But please hop on Backerkit in the discuss section, or we have a very active Discord server, and the link to this Discord server is at the end of the Backerkit page in contacts. And we are there. We are answering everything. If we may not have the best answer you're looking for, but at least we have honest answers. We will always have that. So thank you, guys. We'll see you definitely next week, maybe also at the end of this week. We'll see how it goes. And stay tuned for more stretch goals that are coming after unlocking the Grota. Bye.
Bye.
Do you remember? This used to be a beautiful land, and for 1,000 years we lived in peace and harmony. But as foretold, the scourge Vardus has returned with an army of monsters and filled the world with ruin and despair. Now, the fate of Radia rests with you. Wake up, champion. Challenge the forces of evil. Bring back hope to our land and claim the Twilight Sword. Do you remember? This used to be a beautiful land, and for 1,000 years we lived in peace and harmony. But as foretold, the scourge Vardus has returned with an army of monsters and filled the world with ruin and despair. Now, the fate of Radia rests with you. Wake up, champion. Challenge the forces of evil. Bring back hope to our land and claim the Twilight Sword.